Hi guys, I'm Samantha Archibald and I wanted to hop on here and tell you a little bit about myself and my why, because this is my first time with YouTube trying something new and I wanted to just come out here and do this. So I joined the company I'm with about 2 years ago because I was tired of the factory life I worked at. The factory I worked at was there for 6 years. No, actually, I'm sorry, 5 years. Or no, yeah, 6 years. 6 years I was there and I could not stand how they treated me. It's just like any other freaking place you work at. They don't care about you. They don't treat you worth a crap and whatnot like that. And I went and started working part-time at Arby's, trying to just keep myself busy and maybe save up some extra money to take the kids out to go do more things. Well, trying to work a full-time job, a part-time job, being a mom and taking care of kids and whatnot, I just could not keep up with all of it. So when I joined this company, I eventually quit Arby's about a month or so later and still kept working my full-time factory job, which I stayed there for another year. Well, let's get this, pandemic hit. So we were off for 2 months at the factory that I worked at, and I worked third shift. So what I do for that first week, I slept a lot. I slept all day long for like a week straight. I felt like I'd just get up, eat, and then go back to sleep. And I was just tired of doing that. And I was like, what am I doing? I have a job other than my factory that I could be working right now and doing something with. So I decided to start working my business, and that first month went by and I had $5,000 in sales. Second month went by and I was $400 shy of $10,000. And when you know what that did, that earned me a trip to the founders down in Texas. And when I got this email, it was in the middle of June, I think, of 2020. I was at one of my daughter's softball games, and I had my boyfriend sitting next to me, and I was like, babe, what is this message right here? What is this email? Because like, I'll get back and tell you a little bit back about my past, but I didn't grow with, a silver platter handed to me type deal. I grew up on the rough end. There were sometimes I remember we ate baked potatoes for a week straight. We didn't have hot water. My mom was living paycheck to paycheck, barely able to afford stuff, getting made fun of for the clothes I wore. So I did not live a nice childhood whatsoever. And to be able to get an email like this, I just felt like I was being hacked. I was being played. And I'm like, what is this? Like, there's no way. I've had horrible luck. There is no way this is for me happening. And my boyfriend reads it and he goes, Sam, this is happening. You get a chance to go to Texas. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm so crazy. Like, there's no way this is happening. I was so excited. And I go to Texas and I don't even understand why I'm there. And next thing you know, it comes to the last day. We do rewards. And let me show you these rewards I get. I got one of these pink sapphires. This was pink sapphire for 2020. And I got this for selling $15,000 in product. So this right here, you're being recognized for the hard work you put in. What company do you work for that recognizes you for your hard work? So I love that, they do this for us. And this year, guess what? I earned myself another pink one and I earned a white one. And that's $40,000 in sales. So these things are just awesome and I love being able to get them. I have not collected my 2 yet. I will be getting those at the end of this month. And I'll get back on here and make sure I show you guys. And that's all the rewards I earned. So, when I went down to Texas last year, remember, I told you I was only with this company for only a year in 2019 of July. By time June rolled around, it's 2020. And I hadn't even been with the company barely a year yet. And then July hits and I get to go to Texas and whatnot. My year hits. And then next thing you know, while we're doing the rewards, I get caught up on the stage because I won second place in the volume dollar growth of customer sales. And I earned this reward right here, guys. Look at that. It's just very impressive. I'm just so excited for, being able to earn that because I'd only been with the company for a year. I have been working factory jobs, fast food jobs, and just not getting anywhere, not getting no appreciation because not on top of it, I also got diagnosed with ADHD when I was younger. Not using that as an excuse, But as I'm realizing, as I'm getting older, sometimes it's hard to deal with some of the problems that I face. But you know what? I still keep going. I still keep pushing, because being able to work for a company that recognizes you for your hard work and doesn't put you down like most places do, because I'm a hard worker and I've always just been put down because people think, oh, I could just take advantage of Sam. It's just easy because I'm a people pleaser. I like try to please people, and I just always got picked on. I always got targeted for this kind of actions at work, being taken advantage for my hard work, and just getting crapped on and not getting recognized. It just got old. So that's why I'm glad I did what I did. So like I was saying, that I sold $10,000 in product, was able to earn almost $10,000, then earned a trip to Texas in the end of July, beginning of August. Well, no, actually it was the beginning of August I earned this trip. And then I come back home. Like I said, I worked third shift. So I come back home. I didn't work that night because I didn't fly in until 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, I am not trying to stay up all night and work. Forget all that. So I just say, nope, not doing that. Call into work. The next day, I get up and I literally just don't want to go back to that factory. I'm like, everything I just witnessed over this past weekend about what this company has, what it has to offer, it's not going anywhere. I'm like, why do I want to go back to this factory? I figured out the money. I figured out my insurance. I figured out everything I needed to see if I could make it staying at home. And then guess what? I tell my boyfriend, this is what I want to do. I don't want to go back to work tonight. I don't want to go back to that place. I didn't like my boss. I didn't like, being stuck on third shift. I was tired of not being able to get to sleep. Little did I know they were trying to get me to day shift, but it didn't matter because that place, it would have changed. They still would have just kept using me for me being a hard worker, whatnot. It might have changed in there. I might have finally got a group leader spot. But the opportunity that I've been given with this company has been way better than working at a factory, because I earned a trip to Aruba this past April in 2021. My factory would not have been able to give me a trip to Aruba. Like, come on now. That is not going to happen. So, definitely this company has given me lots of opportunities to grow with my life. And I am so glad that I've been able to do that. And my why on doing this is because of my kids. If you knew my past, I grew up in a rough childhood. I grew up from my mom not knowing my dad. I barely know the man. I might have talked to, I barely talked to him over the years. He lived in California. I lived in Indiana. We didn't talk much. My mom never made me, whatnot. It was my decision. And he didn't try to contact me either. So it was just a whatever thing. And it was always just my mom trying to take care of me. Well, my mom got with my brother's dad. Some bad things happened to me. I've had a few different times the bad things happen to me and whatnot. And at that time growing up, my mom didn't believe this stuff happened to me. And I just had to deal with it because I had no one else to talk to, whatnot. So growing older, I don't even like talking about this. I even picked up a thieving habit when I was younger because my little brother went to his dad's all the time. And he'd come back home and he'd go, oh, look what my dad brought me. Look what my dad did this. He would just always rub it in my face. And my mom didn't do nothing extra special with me. And then my brother was getting to do all this other stuff. I just hated life at home. And it just sucked and whatnot. We grew up really, really poor. I remember living in cockroach-infested houses. I remember living in houses that did not have no heat in them. I remember having to go beg other people to take hot showers as growing up as a teenager. Like some things that kids should not have to deal with. So growing up like this made me grow up fast. But as I grew up older, not having structure, not really having someone, much be there because growing up with my mom, I ended up, being taken away from her and living with a foster mom. My mom even let me go live with some lady my freshman year that we barely knew. There's just a next door neighbor that brainwashed me and made me think my mom was a POS. And then I ended up getting taken away, going to live in foster care for a month, then living with my grandpa, then moving down to where I live at now. And just all this horrible stuff has happened to me. And then getting into high school, my mom finally kicked the drugs somewhat once I think close to when I had my first child, maybe a little bit before she got her shit together. Oops, I should not have said that, guys. Sorry about that. But she finally got her stuff together and, actually tried, but didn't really put much effort into it to get herself to better her life better. She just did it to where she could make by and whatnot. And I had my kids with their father and whatnot. And little did I know, 3, 4, 5 years later, my mom would be bringing drugs back into his life. And my mom and him would just be hanging out doing drugs all the time. I put up with that for 3 years of him doing drugs over helping me take care of kids. And also, this man also knocked up 3 women in 1 year. And guess what? I was that third woman, and we also had 2 kids together. So in total, we had 4 kids because he had 2 other kids that he ended up getting custody of too that I was taking care of also. So to be able to go from how I lived back then to how I live now is just amazing. And I am so glad that, I've been able to do that. And if you have made it through this almost 11-minute video to watch that, woo, go you. I am so excited. And I hope this is inspiration to help you grow as yourself. If you need any help or whatsoever, please reach out. And if you're like, what the heck is this product here? Guys, it's soy-based wax melts. Stuff to make your house smell good. It's safe for us, safe for our pets. And don't worry, I'll make sure I'll be doing videos about this amazing product, guys. So I hope everybody has a wonderful night, wonderful day, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And like I said, have any questions, please feel free to reach out because I would love to change your life if you would like that opportunity. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.